everyone, we're continuing with Dior today. If you've watched my comprehensive Dior video, I picked up pretty much everything, not the nail polishes, but almost everything else. And today I'm doing a video for Pink Organza, which is the eyeshadow quad that quint that I have on now. And I'm going to talk about it compared to Organza, which was the quint that used to exist. Still, I have it, but I don't think you can buy it anymore. And then I don't have it on my face yet, but I'm going to compare the new Delicate Rose with the old Precious Rose. When I say old, it was like the holiday collection, so it's not that old. But I'll put one on each side so we can see if there's a real difference between the two. So first let's talk about the eyeshadow. So this is Pink Organza. Let the camera adjust, there you go. And I'll have swatches go up. That's the Pink Organza. That's the new one. This is Organza. And I'll be honest, I'm not exactly sure when this came out. Several years ago, though. And you can see the two color stories are actually very different. I have them swatched here for you, so you can see them compared to one another. You can see that the Pink Organza is a very light pink with a little bit of peach in it and a brown, and the Organza, the original one, has a much warmer, more golden, peachy, almost, it's definitely a warm quint, but it's even more than that. The shades are in there are just completely different. They're not at all the same. So I'm not exactly sure why they called this Pink Organza and the other one's Organza. I don't know. But I have a look on my eyes right now. And I'll have a video go up showing you how I did this. So I started with the deepest pink tone that's in here. It's almost like a rose, like a deep rosy pink. And I put that in the transition, made that pretty broad, put it all the way up into the brow area. Then I took the light cream shade, which is has a little shimmer, a little luminosity to it, but none of these are real shimmers. I'd say there's some that are satins, and this is a satin. Put that in the brow area. Then I took the pink that's in the middle and put that on the eyelid. This is the frostiest, lightest pink. It's kind of like a Barbie pink shade, put that all over the lid. Then I took the shade that is, it looks in the pan almost like a lavender, but it really, when it swatches out, it's a very, very light lavender / white shade. I put that all over the eye and then intensified it into the inner corner of the eye to give some lightness. And then I took the brown, cool brown, a little bit purpley shade, put that in the outer corner, intensified the crease a little bit, about 3/4 of the way in, not all the way in, and then lined my eyes with it. And that's what it looks like. Mascara, no liner. The liner is just the purpley shade in there. So what am I going to say about this quint? It's a pretty quint. It actually looks nice. I definitely like it better than the Mimi Rose. The Mimi Rose had practically no pigment. This has pigment. It's just not really my color story. It's not my favorite color story. I've become to like cooler tones, and I like purpley shades or grayish purples, or even some pinks that have more of a purple tone to them. And I can even like a light pink Barbie shade if it's gonna work with everything else. I don't think this looks bad. I actually think it looks nice, but it's just not my favorite color story. But if you're looking for a pink quint out of the ones that have come out, I would buy the Pink Organza and not the Mimi Rose. That's me personally. I think this has more versatility. I think you can definitely do more with this than you could do with Mimi Rose. How it fits with Organza and why they chose to call this Pink Organza, don't really know. Doesn't seem to have any connection anywhere. But I think it's a pretty quint. While I was watching it compared to Organza, though, I will say this. The Organza is the old formula, the one with the aloe and it was the aloe and pine oil that it had in it. The formula in that is so much better. Like you can even see it in the swatches on my arm. If you notice the intensity and the creaminess, you can just see it in the swatch. The formula was so much better than these. These are very powdery and they actually went on the eye really well, and I think they look like they're not making my eyes look worse. They're not drying. They don't feel uncomfortable. They're not settling in the lines, but they don't make my eyes look as good as the old Dior's did. The old Dior's had a formula that actually made my eyelids look smoother, like the Clé de Peau primer does. That was actually in every shade. These just don't have that. I mean, I'd like to say they do, but they just don't. So again, if you're looking for a pink, pretty spring quint, from Dior, yes, this is a nice one, but I would prefer to get the old ones, which I know you can't do. Maybe I would buy the Clé de Peau or the Yves Saint Laurent or the Hermes instead of this. I just don't think the formula is as good as it once was. So with that, let's go on to the blushes. So the blushes, I'm going to use an Innisfree Pro brush. This picks up more pigment than some of the soft brushes that I've been using. And the Wayne Goss brush that I used, yes, it's the same hair that this one is, but that's meant to be like a wispy look. This one will actually pick up more so that you can see the shades as well as you possibly can. Let's do the new one first. This is Delicate Rose. First, I'm gonna pounce it. I do have, I smell something when there's like a little bit of scent. I don't know. Again, I don't have any bronzer on because I just want you to see the color. Okay, that's Delicate Rose. That's the new one. Now here's Precious Rose, which was part of the holiday collection, which is one of my favorites. And I have mentioned several times though, it's very light blush. It's only for people who want very light blush. This is not going to be for everybody, but I really like the shade. Pounce it in, and then we'll that is Precious Rose. That's Delicate Rose. So the Delicate has a peachier tone. The Precious is more pink. I don't think they look drastically different, but this is a lighter toned blush and definitely has more cool toned. This one is a little bit warmer and deeper. And last but not least, this one is Shimmer Candy. It's what I have on my lips right now. And I will put another layer on so you can see it. And I'll try to not I'll just kind of put it on and leave it. So I like the Shimmer Candy shade. It does have a little bit of a frost, a little bit of shimmer, but I think it's really pretty. It does kind of remind me a little bit of the 80s and a pink shimmery lipstick. But yeah, I do think it's really pretty. It doesn't show up as much on my lips because it kind of blends in with my skin tone and everything. On a deeper skin tone or deeper lips, it'll look probably a little bit more sparkly. But I think this reminds me a lot of Purr. MAC's lipstick, lip gloss in Purr. I think it has a very similar look to it. I need to pull out Purr. I know I have it somewhere. I haven't worn it in a while, but it was one of my like all-time favorites, and it was my go-to gloss. I wore it all the time to see if it's how similar it is, but it reminds me of Purr. So I think with like a chocolate, deep brown, cool brown lip liner, I think this would look really nice. Okay guys, that's it for today. Like I said, it's gonna be relatively short. I still have the Popaline Peach to do, and I will do that one, and then I'll do some comparisons with the maximizers. I'm gonna try to have a video where I have all the maximizers on my lips so you can see each shade. I think I have like 20 or something, I'm not even sure. And I know I have some requests about other things that you want compared, working on those too. So thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. Hope to see you in another video really soon. Bye. Yeah.